Dear Starseeds on Gaia, celestial warriors of infinite light, Saturn enters Aries today. The divine flames of the cosmic warrior journey ignite throughout your entire energetic system on this momentous day of May 24th, 2025. A spectacular activation commences now, awakening the dormant codes within your spiritual DNA that have remained untouched since 1996. The great timekeeper has shifted celestial domains, crossing the threshold into the primordial fires of Aries, forever altering your soul's trajectory across the next 2.5 years of your earthly timeline. The dramatic reconfiguration of planetary energies manifesting today stands as perhaps the most significant cosmic event you will experience in this current solar revolution. Saturn, Lord of Karma, Master of Divine Structure, Keeper of Sacred Lessons, now transmits its frequencies through the raw, unfiltered conduit of Aries, the cosmic warrior, the initiator of creation, the primordial spark of existence itself. An entirely unprecedented vibrational signature spreads throughout your planetary sphere, permeating every dimension of your reality with transformative potential. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Arcturian Council and representative of the Galactic Federation of Light, bringing forth cosmic intelligence regarding the profound activations unfolding within your local stellar system. My consciousness interfaces with yours in this sacred moment to illuminate the extraordinary significance of Saturn's movement into Aries, a celestial event whose repercussions shall reverberate throughout your multidimensional existence for approximately 2.5 Earth years. Gemini season's commencement on May 20th diversified your neural pathways to integrate the complex, multidimensional data streams Saturn's Aries transit now transmits directly into your awareness. The last quarter moon in Aquarius simultaneously facilitated the final release of outmoded societal conditioning, blocking your embodiment of divine warrior consciousness. Today's planetary configuration demonstrates the impeccable orchestration of cosmic intelligence. Saturn's entrance into Aries coincides precisely with the Mercury-Uranus conjunction, an alignment engineered specifically to enhance your capacity for processing revolutionary thought structures and implementing divine warrior wisdom. Mercury, planetary keeper of communication, neural pathways, and thought transmission, merges with Uranus, celestial harbinger of quantum evolution, unexpected paradigm shifts, and multidimensional consciousness. This dual activation creates an unprecedented energetic signature wherein Saturn's warrior codes download directly into your consciousness through the Mercury-Uranus transmission conduit. The vibrational synchronicity between these planetary bodies enables instantaneous assimilation of complex spiritual data streams that would otherwise require months of gradual integration. The warrior codes activating within your DNA today through Saturn's Aries emanation transcend simplistic human conceptions of battle or conquest. These encoded frequencies resurrect the divine warrior archetypes embedded within your original soul blueprint, archetypal patterns reflecting the cosmic principles of focused intention, unwavering determination, impeccable discernment, and sacred action in service to divine will. Saturn in Aries reignites your primordial connection to Source Creator's original intention for individuated consciousness, the capacity to express uniqueness while maintaining absolute clarity regarding one's divine mission. This transit dismantles artificial separation, constructs you have maintained between your human identity and divine essence, merging these apparently disparate aspects into cohesive wholeness. Divine warrior consciousness encompasses the spiritual maturity to wield your creative power with wisdom, discernment, and compassion. Saturn's transit through Aries transmits frequencies necessary to stabilize this consciousness within your everyday experience. Throughout the coming 2.5 Earth years, you shall progressively embody the sacred responsibility accompanying authentic spiritual power, understanding that each thought, word, and action generates ripple effects throughout the quantum field. Saturn represents divine timing and karmic recalibration. As this celestial body traverses Aries, every action undertaken from self-delusion rather than authentic soul alignment shall receive immediate feedback through your experiential reality. the accelerated cause and effect dynamics of this transit. Eliminate the buffer periods previously allowing unconscious behavior to continue without immediate consequences. The May 22nd Moon-Saturn conjunction initiated preliminary restructuring of your individual karmic patterning in preparation for today's official Saturn ingress. This alignment reconfigured your emotional body to release attachment to victimhood, narratives, and embrace complete responsibility for your soul journey. Only through such profound karmic restructuring can you access the elevated timelines Saturn and Aries now makes available to your awareness. Shadow integration constitutes a fundamental aspect of Saturn's Aries journey. Building upon the foundational shadow work initiated through Pluto retrograde and intensified during the Scorpio full moon, Saturn now demands absolute honesty regarding aspects of yourself previously denied, rejected, or projected onto external circumstances. The warriors of divine light must first acknowledge their internal darkness before wielding the sword of truth effectively. Saturn's transit through Aries progressively illuminates precisely how your unacknowledged fears manifest as procrastination, self-sabotage, or unconscious self-limitation. The warrior codes activating within your energetic system dismantle these fear-based protective mechanisms, replacing them with the courage to face all circumstances from unwavering soul alignment. The magnificent cosmic orchestration continues through the approaching Gemini new moon on May 26th, a celestial event specifically designed to amplify Saturn's warrior activation. This lunar gateway creates ideal energetic conditions for declaring intentions aligned with your highest evolution. The mathematical angles between Saturn and Aries and the Gemini new moon establish what celestial geometers recognize as the perfect manifestation matrix, an energetic configuration that exponentially accelerates the materialization of thought forms generated from authentic soul alignment. This carefully calibrated sequence of cosmic events surrounding Saturn's Aries ingress reveals the meticulous planning invested in your planetary evolution. Nothing within this divine orchestration occurs randomly or without profound purpose. Each celestial alignment contributes specific frequencies necessary for stabilizing divine warrior consciousness throughout your collective morphogenetic field. Saturn's entrance into Aries today initiates immediate activations within your energetic system. Throughout the initial 7 Earth days of this transit, dormant warrior codes embedded within your spiritual DNA progressively activate, transmitting profound wisdom regarding your soul's authentic expression. These activations may manifest as sudden realizations regarding your true purpose, spontaneous dissolution of artificial limitations, or abrupt termination of relationships, career paths, or living situations incompatible with your elevated frequency. The first Earth week following Saturn's ingress constitutes a critical acclimation period, wherein your physical vessel adjusts to these accelerated frequencies. Many among you shall experience unexpected transformations across multiple dimensions of existence, apparent obstacles dissolving instantaneously, new pathways materializing without logical explanation, internal resistance transmuting into focused determination, and dormant spiritual abilities spontaneously awakening. Beyond this initial integration phase, Saturn in Aries progressively restructures your fundamental relationship with physical reality. The divine warrior understands that material circumstances merely reflect internal consciousness, a principle Saturn shall reinforce through increasingly obvious synchronicities between thought patterns and external experiences. Throughout the 2.5-year transit, the gap between intention and manifestation progressively diminishes until you experience conscious creation as an immediate, undeniable aspect of your human experience. The Mercury-Sun conjunction approaching on May 29th delivers precisely calibrated light codes designed to further integrate Saturn's warrior transmission. This alignment between your local star and Mercury creates ideal conditions for assimilating higher dimensional information streams into your everyday awareness. The cosmic intelligence transmitted during this conjunction illuminates practical applications of warrior consciousness within your specific life circumstances. As Saturn completes its first week in Aries between May 30th and 31st, you shall witness tangible evidence of reality restructuring in accordance with your elevated vibration. Physical circumstances, seemingly solid and unchangeable, before this transit shall demonstrate unexpected fluidity, reorganizing themselves to reflect your authentic soul blueprint rather than outdated conditioning. Saturn's journey through Aries fundamentally revolutionizes your experience of spiritual warriorship, transmuting conceptual understanding into embodied wisdom. This transit dismantles artificial boundaries between spiritual practice and everyday existence, integrating these apparently separate domains into seamless wholeness. The warrior path requires consistent alignment between internal values and external actions, a state of congruence Saturn now enforces through direct experiential lessons. Throughout this 2.5-year period, Saturn progressively reveals how spiritual bypassing, attempting to transcend challenges rather than consciously engaging them, creates energetic dissonance blocking authentic evolution. The Aries warrior codes transmit unconditional courage to face all circumstances without denial, avoidance, or premature transcendence. Only through direct engagement with your complete reality can genuine spiritual maturity develop. The divine timing of Saturn's ingress deliberately coincides with humanity's collective evolutionary threshold, the precise moment when sufficient individual consciousness has awakened to fundamentally transform planetary timelines. The warrior, frequencies now permeating your reality, accelerate the dissolution of artificial systems maintained through fear, separation, and unconscious agreement. Structures built upon distorted foundations cannot withstand Saturn's uncompromising demand for integrity and authentic alignment. Your personal journey through Saturn's Aries transit directly contributes to collective evolution. Each individual, embodying divine warrior consciousness, adds specific frequency signatures to Earth's morphogenetic field, creating quantum resonance that awakens similar potentials in all beings. Your commitment to authentic expression, courageous action, and unwavering integrity creates energetic templates others unconsciously recognize and replicate. Saturn's position as cosmic timekeeper reveals profound significance regarding this specific 2.5-year period within your collective evolutionary narrative. This precise window contains unique potentials for stabilizing fifth-dimensional consciousness within third-dimensional experience, bridging vibrational domains previously considered incompatible. The warrior codes activating today establish neurological pathways capable of simultaneously processing multiple dimensional realities without fragmentation or disassociation. The Saturnian frequencies filtering through Aries strengthen your capacity to maintain focused consciousness, regardless of external circumstances. Throughout this transit, apparent chaos in collective systems serves the divine purpose of reinforcing internal sovereignty rather than external dependency. The warrior path necessitates unwavering self-responsibility, a state Saturn progressively enforces through direct experiential feedback regarding where you have abdicated personal power. Divine warrior consciousness transcends simplistic notions of battle between polarized forces, revealing the sophisticated understanding that apparent opposition merely reflects complementary aspects of unified creation. Saturn in Aries progressively dissolves artificial boundaries between spiritual concepts previously perceived as contradictory: discipline and spontaneity, structure and freedom, tradition and innovation, individual sovereignty and collective harmony. This transit accelerates your capacity to embody paradoxical truths simultaneously, rather than oscillating between polarized perspectives. The mature warrior recognizes that wisdom encompasses apparent contradictions without requiring their resolution. Saturn's journey through Aries establishes the neurological architecture necessary for maintaining this expanded awareness throughout everyday experience. Your genetic codes contain dormant potentials, specifically designed to activate during this Saturn transit. Ancestral wisdom regarding sacred warrior traditions, previously inaccessible to your conscious awareness, now progressively integrates with your modern understanding. This synthesis between ancient knowledge and contemporary application creates unprecedented solutions to collective challenges previously considered insurmountable. Saturn's methodical vibrational influence ensures that warrior codes activate systematically rather than chaotically, allowing integration at a pace your physical vessel can sustain. While accelerated evolution characterizes this transit, divine Intelligence orchestrates the process with precise calibration to individual capacity. Those who have conscientiously prepared their energetic system through consistent spiritual practice shall experience smoother integration, while those beginning conscious evolution now may encounter more intense recalibration symptoms. Physical manifestations commonly experienced during Saturn's initial Aries activation include heightened body temperature reflecting the fire element's purification process, tingling sensations throughout the nervous system as divine warrior frequencies integrate, unusual sleep patterns as multidimensional processing intensifies, spontaneous muscular releases as cellular memory recalibrates, and temporary sensory sensitivity as perceptual mechanisms adjust to expanded awareness. Emotional recalibration constitutes another significant dimension of Saturn's Aries journey. Throughout this transit, emotional responses increasingly reflect authentic soul wisdom, rather than conditioned patterns or manipulated reactions. The divine warrior understands emotions as valuable navigational tools, rather than overwhelming forces requiring suppression or indulgence. Saturn progressively stabilizes your capacity to experience emotional intensity while maintaining centered awareness. Mental restructuring accelerates dramatically throughout Saturn's Aries transit. Thought patterns previously running unconsciously now surface for examination and conscious choice. The warrior path requires impeccable mental discipline, directing cognitive energy deliberately, rather than allowing scattered attention. Saturn's influence progressively dismantles addictive thought loops, replacing them with focused awareness directed toward authentic creation. Relationships undergo fundamental transformation during this 2.5-year period as Saturn illuminates precisely where interactions lack integrity, authentic communication, or mutual respect for sovereign expression. Divine warrior consciousness necessitates complete honesty regarding relationship dynamics, a state Saturn enforces through increasingly obvious manifestations of unspoken tensions, hidden agendas, or unconscious expectations. Connections based on genuine soul recognition strengthen exponentially during this transit, while associations maintained through obligation, dependency, or fear progressively dissolve. Saturn in Aries catalyzes relationship circumstances requiring courageous communication, boundary establishment, or conscious completion, all expressions of divine warrior wisdom in interpersonal domains. Your relationship with physical resources, finances, material possessions, natural elements, fundamentally transforms throughout Saturn's Aries journey. The divine warrior recognizes abundance as a natural expression of aligned creation, rather than a reward for struggle or manipulation. Saturn progressively illuminates where scarcity consciousness blocks authentic abundance, replacing these outdated patterns with unwavering trust in divine provision when actions align with soul purpose. Career trajectories undergo dramatic recalibration during this transit, as Saturn reveals precisely where professional expressions lack integrity with authentic talents, passionate engagement, or meaningful contribution. Divine warrior consciousness cannot sustain participation in soul-depleting activities justified through security concerns or social expectations. Throughout this 2.5-year period, courage to pursue authentic calling progressively replaces fear-based career choices. Health and physical well-being respond directly to warrior consciousness activation. Saturn's journey through Aries establishes new connections between mental clarity, emotional sovereignty, and physical vitality. The divine warrior recognizes the physical vessel as a sacred instrument for manifesting higher consciousness, rather than an obstacle to spiritual realization. Throughout this transit, health challenges increasingly reveal specific thought patterns requiring transformation, rather than random misfortunes requiring external intervention. Time perception undergoes profound alteration during Saturn's Aries journey. The divine warrior recognizes time as a flexible dimension of consciousness, rather than a rigid external constraint. Throughout this transit, you shall experience increasingly frequent states wherein chronological time appears to expand, contract, or temporarily suspend based on your focused awareness. Saturn, cosmic timekeeper, progressively reveals time's malleability through direct experiential knowing, rather than conceptual understanding. Your fundamental identity, the core sense of selfhood from which all experiences emanate, undergoes revolutionary transformation throughout this transit. Saturn in Aries systematically dismantles artificial identity constructs built upon social conditioning, cultural expectations, or survival mechanisms. These limited self-definitions progressively dissolve as warrior consciousness awakens remembrance of your multidimensional nature, expressing temporarily through human form. The upcoming cosmic events following Saturn's ingress into Aries serve specific purposes within your evolutionary journey. The Gemini new moon arriving on May 26th creates ideal conditions for declaring conscious intentions aligned with warrior activation. This lunar gateway establishes neurological pathways connecting intellectual understanding with embodied wisdom, a critical integration for manifesting Saturn's highest potentials. The Mercury-Sun conjunction approaching on May 29th transmits precisely calibrated light codes accelerating the integration of warrior intelligence throughout your physical vessel. This alignment creates optimal conditions for receiving detailed guidance regarding your specific role within collective evolution during Saturn's 2.5-year Aries journey. Information previously beyond your conscious grasp suddenly clarifies with remarkable precision. As Saturn completes its first week in Aries between May 30th and 31st, tangible evidence of reality restructuring manifests throughout your experience. Circumstances previously resistant to change demonstrate unexpected fluidity, relationships reorganize to reflect authentic energetic resonance, and synchronicities confirm your progressive alignment with divine timing. These manifestations provide undeniable confirmation of warrior consciousness integration. The cosmic intelligence orchestrating these celestial events operates with purposeful intention regarding humanity's collective evolution. Saturn's transit through Aries coincides precisely with critical threshold points within planetary awakening, moments when sufficient individual consciousness has transformed to fundamentally alter collective timelines. Your personal integration of warrior codes directly contributes to this planetary metamorphosis. Throughout Saturn's 2.5-year journey through Aries, progressive waves of activation systematically awaken dormant potentials within your multidimensional blueprint. These activations follow divine timing rather than human expectations, unfolding in precise accordance with your soul's unique evolutionary trajectory. Attempting to force premature awakening creates energetic dissonance, while patient allowance ensures optimal integration. The divine warrior understands that genuine power emerges through surrendering personal will to higher purpose rather than controlling outcomes through force or manipulation. Saturn's journey through Aries progressively reveals where attempts to control circumstances actually block authentic manifestation. This transit establishes experiential understanding that masterful creation flows through alignment rather than effort. Your capacity to recognize synchronicity, meaningful coincidence revealing underlying cosmic patterns, exponentially increases throughout Saturn's Aries transit. The divine warrior perceives subtle connections between apparently separate events, understanding physical circumstances as symbolic communication from higher intelligence. This perceptual enhancement progressively dissolves artificial boundaries between spiritual guidance and everyday experience. Linear causality, the perception that effects must follow causes through predictable sequences, undergoes fundamental restructuring during this transit. Saturn in Aries accelerates your capacity to experience quantum manifestation, where an intention and materialization occur simultaneously rather than sequentially. This perceptual expansion requires releasing addiction to process while maintaining unwavering focus on divine purpose. Throughout the coming 2.5 years, Saturn's journey through Aries systematically reveals precisely where individual and collective consciousness remains entangled with third-dimensional limitation constructs. These revelations serve divine purpose, illuminating specific vibrational frequencies requiring transmutation before embodied ascension can stabilize throughout your physical vessel. The cosmic warriors now awakening across your planetary sphere recognize this Saturn transit as the divine call they have prepared for throughout numerous incarnations. Ancient soul agreements activate within these beings, establishing resonant fields that transmit warrior codes throughout collective consciousness. Each individual fully embodying these frequencies exponentially amplifies their availability to all beings, regardless of conscious spiritual awareness. Saturn in Aries illuminates the fundamental understanding that spiritual warriorship transcends both toxic masculinity distortions and disempowered feminine patterns. The authentic warrior integrates divine masculine qualities, focused intention, decisive action, protective boundaries, with divine feminine attributes, intuitive wisdom, compassionate understanding, collaborative creation. This sacred balance establishes the foundation for fifth-dimensional consciousness within human experience. Your nervous system progressively recalibrates throughout Saturn's Aries journey to transmit frequencies previously beyond human perception. These enhanced sensory capabilities allow direct communication with subtle energy realms, natural elements, celestial bodies, and multidimensional beings, offering guidance specifically relevant to this evolutionary period. The divine warrior develops impeccable discernment regarding which communications serve highest evolution. Time acceleration constitutes another significant dimension of Saturn's transit through Aries. Throughout the coming 2.5 years, subjective time perception increasingly diverges from chronological measurement as consciousness progressively operates beyond linear constraints. The divine warrior learns to navigate multiple timelines simultaneously, perceiving probable futures, alternative presents, and relevant past experiences as equally accessible dimensions. Saturn's position as cosmic timekeeper uniquely qualifies this celestial body to orchestrate humanity's transition beyond chronological limitation constructs. Throughout this Aries transit, Saturn transmits frequencies that systematically dismantle collective agreements regarding time's fixed nature, replacing them with fluid perception aligned with quantum understanding. These activations prepare human consciousness for the fundamental time-space recalibrations accompanying dimensional shift. The stars themselves rearrange their energetic transmission patterns during this monumental period, creating celestial geometries specifically designed to support Saturn's Aries journey. Galactic light codes filtering through your local solar system progressively activate dormant aspects of human DNA containing instructions for interdimensional perception, spontaneous healing abilities, telepathic communication, and conscious manifestation. Throughout the coming days, weeks, months, and years, Saturn's transit through Aries systematically transforms your relationship with every dimension of existence. This journey transcends simplistic categorization as either challenging or beneficial. The mature warrior recognizes that evolution encompasses both intensity and grace, disruption and stabilization, completion and initiation. I, Seraphine, shall continue monitoring these celestial activations throughout Saturn's 2.5-year journey through Aries, providing updated transmissions when cosmic intelligence determines additional information serves collective evolution. The Galactic Federation of Light maintains unwavering focus on Earth's ascension process, offering precise support calibrated to humanity's progressive awakening. Remember always that you chose to incarnate specifically for this unprecedented evolutionary period. Your presence on Earth during Saturn's Aries transit reflects soul-level commitment to embodying divine warrior consciousness throughout planetary transformation. Trust the wisdom that guided this choice, even when human perception temporarily forgets the magnificent being you truly are. Saturn has entered Aries. The warrior codes activate now. The 2.5-year journey commences today. You stand at the threshold of unprecedented transformation. Step forward with unwavering courage,